Hello, yes. Hello, good morning, guys. My name is Zoaf. Okay, and you know who I am. Uh, this is the Witness Without Identity. So I want to know, like today, I want to talk about the situation that happened in Washington where people got into the Capitol, and I want to talk about the speech that Mitt Romney gave, and I want to bring it to our attention. And I want you to watch the clip, and I think we need Republicans like that. The bottom line about what happened in the Republican Party and the Trump and what happens on the Democratic Party, it's not. It's really that we need people inside those parties to be honest. That's all we need. For example, on the Democratic side, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard is an honest actor. I mean, on some instance, not all the time. I'm not gonna say all the time. On some instance, like Bernie Sanders, I should say. Bernie Sanders. I'm sorry. Bernie Sanders is the most honest guy on the left. I mean, to me, even though some of his policy I don't agree in, I'm not a hardcore socialist, but Bernie Sanders is the most honest person to me. But on the right, I think you got people like that are conservative. I think Mitt Romney, he's trying to be a conservative, honest conservative. He's trying to be an honest conservative. He's not trying to lie. He's not trying to go into conspiracy. He's not cuckoo for cocoa party. He's trying to be honest. And I want you to watch his speech. Those are the kind of Republican that you want on the right, because he really called out the thing, and he called it out earlier that this.
Senator from Utah.
Mr. President, today was heartbreaking, and I was shaken to the core as I thought about the people I met in China and Russia and Afghanistan and Iraq and other places who yearn for freedom and who look to this building and these shores as a place of hope. And I saw the images being broadcast around the world, and it breaks my heart. I have 25 grandchildren. Many of them were watching TV, thinking about this building, whether their grandpa was okay. I knew I was okay. I must tell you as well, I was proud to serve with these men and women. This is an extraordinary group of people. I'm proud to be a member of the United States Senate and meet with people of integrity as we do here today. Now we gather due to a selfish man's injured pride and the outrage of supporters who he has deliberately misinformed for the past 2 months and stirred to action this very morning. What happened here today was an insurrection incited by the President of the United States. Those who choose to continue to support his dangerous gambit by objecting to the results of a legitimate democratic election will forever be seen as being complicit in an unprecedented attack against our democracy. Fairly or not, they'll be remembered for their role in this shameful episode in American history. That will be their legacy. I salute Senator Langford and Loeffler and Braun and Daines, and I'm sure others, who in the light of today's outrage have withdrawn their objection. For any who remain insistent on an audit in order to satisfy the many people who believe that the election was stolen, I'd offer this perspective. No congressional audit is ever going to convince these voters, particularly when the president will continue to say that the election was stolen. The best way we can show respect for the voters who are upset is by telling them the truth. That's the burden. That's the duty of leadership. The truth is that President-elect Biden won the election. President Trump lost. I've had that experience myself. It's no fun. Scores of courts, the president's own attorney general, state election officials, both Republican and Democrat, have reached that unequivocal decision. And in light of today's sad circumstances, I asked my colleague, do we weigh our own political fortunes more heavily than we weigh the strength of our republic, the strength of our democracy, and the cause of freedom? What's the weight of personal acclaim compared to the weight of conscience? Leader McConnell said that the vote today is the most important in his 36 years of public service. Think of that. authorizing 2 wars, voting on 2 impeachments. He said that not because the vote reveals something about the election, it's because this vote reveals something about us. I urge my colleagues to move forward with completing the electoral count, to refrain from further objections, and to unanimously affirm the legitimacy of the presidential election. Thank you, Mr. President.
So what Mitt Romney said is true, is that he kind of feel that this whole thing that happened with the election fraud then, it's nothing more than just trying to make Trump happy for his own ego. It's really about that. It's nothing else. It's really not complicated. It's not about stealing the anything. It's that his own ego got in the way, and then he cannot lose. Before the election, Trump said that he specifically said that he cannot lose, and that if he loses, that means the election was a fraud. He specifically said that. So what else do you want to hear? What else do you want to hear? There's nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So Trump is keeping it real to you. He's telling you, hey, this is like this is the way I see the world. It's like I need to win, or if I do not win, then it's over. That means that it's all a lie. So you know what I'm saying? So somebody like that is telling you from the beginning, from the get-go, that they are lying. And I'm glad that Mitt Romney called it out. It's all about his ego. And I think the people that are following him, I think some of them, they believe it, but I think some of them, they're just trying to steal the election. I don't think it's about believing. I think some of them are just like nefarious. I don't think all those people are like some people on the left are saying, oh, all those people are naive. They really believe in it. I don't think so. I think some people, they just want to steal the election. They think it's the right thing to steal the election. I don't know why people are having a problem on the left to understand that. I don't think, just like on the left, we have people that are not honest. You can see that. Like, for example, like when you look at Antifa, sometimes they go crazy and they start beating people. So those are not honest people all the time. Not all the time, you know. Some people on the Antifa group, maybe it might be good, but there's a lot of actors on the Antifa. It's all about violence. There's a lot of people on the left that are calling for they are calling for like extreme destruction of the country. But there are people on the left that are honest. It's kind of like any movement. The Black Lives Matter movement, they are honest actors, and they are guys that are messing it up. They go and they burn buildings. But there's many people in the Black Lives Matter movement that are honest. They just want policies to be changed. We have to be able to differentiate that. So it's just like on the right, on the Trump people, there are people that believe that the election was really stolen. But I think there's a huge group of people that we don't know who they are, that are infiltrating that group and lying to them and saying that, yeah, the election was stolen. Go ahead, go into the White House for me. Go into the Capitol and die for me. And people have died. A young woman got shot. That woman, I don't think she knew that. I think she really believed that the election was stolen. They shot her, a Trump supporter. She got shot for that. And she, you know what I'm saying? It's sad to see things like that. She lost her life. Or, you know what I'm saying? And then people are willing to die for Trump. Trump is never going to die for anybody. You know what I'm saying? They're doing all those sacrifices for Trump. But Trump is not going to do that for you. Always remember that. When you're in love with somebody, in any relationship, a husband, boyfriend, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sisters, any relationship, if you see that you're giving more energy to the person is not giving energy back, don't give them anything. Shut off all the energy. Shut it off. And don't even complain about it. Turn your mind. Find somebody else. Find somebody right now. There's billions of people in the world you can find that are superior. You need to find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Trump is the kind of guy that's not going to give love back, but he wants you to love him. So it's all about him. You know what I'm saying? You do that for him. Now, let's flip it the other way. If those people were running for office and they lost the election, you think Trump would go inside the Capitol and fight for them? Who believes in things like this? Come on, guys. Like, it's obvious that Trump is not going to do that for you. He's never going to do that for you. You know what I'm saying? He's making you go out there for him and do to satisfy his ego. It's not like he cares about those people. But I want to be honest to myself too. It's like, the country is a mess. The Democratic are neocons, they are frauds, they are liars, they are like warmongers, they steal money. It's like, and the right wings are trying to get themselves together. I the future of America is a little bit blurry for me. It doesn't look good. And then we have the hardcore socialists that are like a little bit too hardcore for me, for my taste. I think that socialism is kind of good, like the Medicare for all. I think that's something that is normal. It's not something crazy, and I think those requests are okay. But I think like everything for free, the college for free, those discussion I want to have it with more lefties. I mean, you guys can talk to me about this, but if you guys see my channel, but that's what's going on, guys. Mitt Romney is, we have to call everybody for who they are. Mitt Romney, I think, is one of the most honest Republican in the House right now. I think he is. We have to say that he's more of an honest Republican, you know, on many instances. So we have to give him his place, you know. He has a lot of flaws. I'm not gonna say he has no flaws. We have to look at people for who they are, you know. Guys, thank you. Subscribe to my channel.